What is up, YouTube? Sciz1 here, and let me tell you something. I wasn't even planning on making any kind of video today because I was already working on 5 different videos, getting things ready, but then of course someone had to go and piss me off now, didn't they? And when that happens, you know what happens. Sciz comes down here, makes a nice little rant, and today's rant, what are we talking about? We're gonna be talking about, how can I put this? Why I hate talking to people so much who know nothing about art / graffiti. If anyone here's an artist, I'm sure you can sympathize. Every now and then you come up to someone, you get in a conversation, and they're like, oh, you do art, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. I don't have an artistic bone in my body. Well, first of all, no one has artistic bones in their body. What happens is people who are good at art and graffiti are good at that because they practice it for thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. They don't sit around getting born with no specific talents. They come in, day out, work on their shit, improve their shit, and all of a sudden, after 10,000 hours of practice, you got someone who can make some decent stuff. So when you get someone coming over here being like, oh, I can't do that, I mean, I would never be able to have the talent to do that. No, there's no talent. It's not talent. It's because we went and practiced. We drew every single day. We painted every single day. It's not a big, easy, get born with it, you're good at it type thing. It's not a gift. And the reason it's so annoying to hear this kind of stuff is because as soon as they say that, as an artist, I know they don't understand what I do. And then, of course, if they don't understand what I do, they're not going to respect me. And what I mean by that is, say, take, for example, an Olympic athlete. Everyone knows that any athlete who's been good enough to make it to the Olympics has worked day in, day out their entire lives so that they can fulfill a dream of going and competing and being the best in the world. They've worked for it. There's no inclination that they were just good enough, born good enough to do that. Whereas in graffiti, people are like, oh, I could never do that. That's super cool. You must be really talented. You must be really gifted. They don't understand that it's the same thing as any kind of sport. It's the same thing as like learning to be an accountant. It's not that you were born gifted and knew how to frickin' do a ton of goddamn math. You had to go to school, you had to work for years and years to get good enough to do something professionally. Same thing with art. You don't get born with anything. You practice every single fucking day and you improve a little bit each day. Maybe not, maybe even less than a little bit, maybe too small of an amount to even count one day's worth as any kind of improvement, but you work at it every single day, and that's the only reason you're gonna be good in any capacity, if you are. So when people say, I don't have an artistic bone in my body, I could never do that. Of course you could never do it, because you don't sit down every single day and draw something. So clearly you're not going to be good at anything in any capacity whatsoever. So the fact that they even think that if they were someone else they could be good enough is just so ignorant. And maybe it's just a me thing, but stupid people piss me off. And when that kind of stupidity is happening, oh, you know what I mean? Like, you just, I don't want to drag on about it because you can only take so much of me yelling in your face, right? But this is the kind of thing, and I know other artists here, they know what I mean. If you have any experiences about like the same kind of thing that I'm talking about, just dumb interactions with dumb people that are taking your art shit for granted, just freaking leave it in the comments, let me know. And that's pretty much it for today's little train track rant. That's what's happening. But until my next video coming very soon, until my next live stream as well, keep in touch. Peace. Nice.